The basic bias that I think I have to overcome is that students think maps are accurate representations, value-free, and one has to convince them that they're documents. Maps have the great advantage that when I pass them out and give everybody a Xerox copy of the map, which I think is important that they have their own map, I think that sense of ownership and being able to manipulate it is very important. Once they have their own map, most people can relate to it in a very, very direct way. You can enter it anywhere. You don't have to begin at the top left. You can look at it in a variety of ways. You can admire the art, you can admire the geography, you can look for some of the history on the map, you can look for literary allusions or context. But we all have mental maps because if we show a map to a group of students that's distorted in some way, some will pick up this is distorted because it doesn't match my mental image. They might not be able to draw it, but they can pick up the distortion. We all, I think, have a private geography. Sometimes it's a family geography. I'll give you an example from my own experience. We have a summer place out in northwestern Illinois. If I would tell my children that I'm going to Bluegill Cove, that's not on any map, but it's part of our mental vocabulary because my boys, when they first went there, caught bluegills in this spot, and it's been Bluegill Cove ever since. That's true of all names. That's true of all representations of the earth. In some ways, our culture defines how to look at the earth. And that's a cultural expression, and one of the liberating things about history in terms of time is you can step out of that orientation and look at other orientations. And especially if one gets to kind of global history or step outside of our own cultural tradition and look at mapping in another cultural tradition.